Hello guys, Crispy here, welcome back to another video. In this one, my friends, I'm gonna be testing the Intel ARC A770 in Red Dead Redemption 2. And why am I testing the A770 and not the B580, I hear you ask? Well, I was really looking forward to buying the B580, but I can't buy it anywhere because it's either out of stock or not even released, which is the case here in Portugal. It never released for some... I don't know why, okay? I don't know why. But moving on, this ARC A770 is the 16GB version of the card. It doesn't really matter in Red Dead Redemption 2 because this game doesn't really utilize more than 8GB, but still, this is the 16GB version. Resizable bar is enabled, of course. You need this with ARC GPUs, otherwise they will perform like crap, basically. And over on the left, I am pairing it with the i5 12600K CPU overclocked to 5.1 GHz and 32GB of DDR5 6000MHz RAM. Let's get into it, shall we? Let's go over the settings first. I am starting at 1080p resolution, and I'm also going to test this one at 1440p and 4K, and we're utilizing Benchmark King's optimized settings. These provide the best visuals to performance ratio in my opinion, and they also give you very similar performance to the hardware unboxed optimized settings, but I feel like these look just a little bit better, okay? They're very similar though. But anyway, this is it, guys. We're getting 99% GPU utilization here, which is very nice. With 100 frames per second, it feels buttery smooth right now with 120Hz monitor. I'm gonna start counting our FPS. Hello, Roach. How's it going, buddy? We're gonna go to the Strawberry Town, which will drop our FPS by quite a bit, unfortunately. But yeah, it's more intensive than here. But I'm liking what I'm seeing so far, okay? Again, this is not ultra settings, but it gets really, really similar visuals to ultra settings. If you were to fully max out the game, for example, it would run a lot slower, of course, but it would look like 5% better, so I highly recommend you to utilize these settings instead. Oh, I'm hearing Jack. Come on, Roach, come on. Don't be freaked out by Jack, okay? He's completely fine. He's a good boy in this game. He never killed you, ever. There he is, there he is. Maybe we should look at Jack from a far away distance, right? Because otherwise, he will kill us. You know how it is. He always wants to hug us, but he's so kind and so unaware of his force that he ends up killing us. Let's keep on moving here. Where is Bob? Bob is usually here, right? I mean, this is Bob's stone. Where is that bastard? Oh my gosh, this is terrible, guys. This is terrible news. If Bob is not here for us to kill him, it means that you shouldn't buy the ARC A770, because you can't kill Bob with it. Like, come on. Actually, no, this is a buttery smooth experience here in Red Dead Redemption 2. Thankfully, okay, it's not really stuttering at all. Well, aside from a couple of stutters whenever you get to the town area, but that's not bad, okay? That still feels pretty good overall. But look at this. It's dropping into the 70s sometimes here in Strawberry. That's not that amazing, isn't it, guys? I mean, it could be because of a CPU bottleneck. That CPU usage is going up like crazy. GPU usage is fluctuating slightly. So maybe the 12600KF, even at 5.1 GHz, is not fully able to max out the ARC A770. It's probably due to driver overhead issues on these Intel GPUs, but you know, you wouldn't really pair this with a 9800X3D, so I feel like the 12600KF is a pretty decent pairing for something like this, and something that people would actually pair with a card like this. But moving on, guys, this is the end of the 1080p benchmark run. Actually, it was a little bit bigger than usual. 1% lows were at 69 and they just jumped to 70. Unfortunately, they were perfect. But we got 100 FPS average, 71% lows. Out here in the open hills and stuff like that, it can go up to like 120 FPS. But as you saw, it can also drop down to around 70, 75 frames per second in worst case scenarios. Let's go up to 1440p, where the CPU doesn't matter as much. And here we have it, 2560 by 1440 resolution, utilizing exactly the same settings. I'm not changing these. Again, I feel like these are perfect for the ARC A770 as well. And look at that, 80 frames per second. So we dropped from 110, 115 here in this area to 80 FPS, which still feels incredibly smooth on a high refresh rate panel. You know, if you have a 120 hertz, 144 hertz, 240 hertz panel, you don't really need to reach those high refresh rates all of the time for it to be a smooth experience. This still feels really, really good. Oh, there's a train, my friends. There's a train. I want to do this. Can we do this, Roach? No, definitely not. Come on. Come on, Roach. We're almost doing this. Okay, no. Roach slowed down. He got very scared. God damn it. Okay. Yeah, that was terrible. I was not expecting that to happen. Can we get Bob this time around? I think he's in this direction. Hopefully he's there in his usual place. Because I need to hear him scream. I mean, sing. Yeah. No, he's not here. I'll actually need to reload the entire game for 4K resolution to see if we can kill Bob. Dropping down into the 70s already here. So definitely quite a bit more intensive than 1080p resolution was, but it's hanging in there, guys. Dropping to 69 there, minimum. Okay, oh boy, 99% GPU utilization all of the time now because the resolution went up, of course, so we're more GPU bound this time around. Let's go, buddy. There we go, there we go. I keep seeing those little frame time spikes sometimes, though, those more accentuated peaks sometimes in the graph. That's not amazing. I can definitely feel those, but they don't happen very often. There's another one right there. And I feel like if you lock the FPS, it would be fine. So maybe if you want to save a bit of power, because this GPU also consumes quite a bit of power as well, and you want to keep things just a tad bit smoother, lock it to 60 FPS, I guess, or like 69 FPS, which was probably the minimum. I don't know, because 64 FPS, 1% low, maybe it did drop from 69 there, but it doesn't drop from 60 ever, which is very, very nice indeed. So it's a great experience with great graphics at 1440p resolution. I definitely recommend it more than at 1080p resolution here for this game, because it just changes your experience a little bit, the higher resolution in Red Dead Redemption 2. It gives you much more detail, the textures seem like they are higher res as well, and, well, it masks the TAA at the same time. Not as much as at 4K resolution, of course, but it's definitely not as bad as 1080p resolution was. The bad thing is, you can disable TAA altogether here, and if you prefer the native look, go for it, definitely. But as I'm about to show you, I just disabled it here, it gets really shimmery, guys. But the clarity improves by quite a bit, so double-edged sword there, I guess. If you prefer aliasing, go for this. If you prefer TAA blurriness, go for that. But anyway, let's stop it right there. VRAM usages are still well under control, below 8 GB, so the 8 GB version would get exactly the same FPS, because it's the same GPU, just with half VRAM, of course. And, well, I think we should move on to 4K resolution, and at this res, I guess I will deal with no TAA and the shimmering that comes with it. Because it's not as bad as it is at lower resolutions, of course. Alrighty, here we go. 3840 by 2160 resolution, using the same settings, obviously. Wow. 50-something FPS. I mean, it's not buttery smooth, obviously, like it was previously. And even previously, it wasn't completely buttery smooth because of the little spikes sometimes. But here we are. I just restarted the game completely because we need to kill Bob, of course, right? And I hope Jack is there again because I want to take a look at him at 4K resolution. Full-on native 4K. It's beautiful, my friends. And the ARC A770 is doing a pretty decent job at it as well, with 40 plus frames per second. It might drop, it will likely drop into the 30s sometimes, but it's not the end of the world, isn't it? I mean, it's still very decent and playable and doable. I could play like this, absolutely, especially with a controller, for example. I would be absolutely fine with this experience, and connecting it to a TV, for example, you know, to have that big screen experience in Red Dead. It might be worth doing, actually, because this is a very nice looking game at 4K resolution. Let's keep on going, though. There's foggy weather. I don't like that too much. Also, you do lose like 2 FPS from TAA, so if you prefer using TAA, well, you're gonna see very similar FPS. And there's Bob over there. Haha! Here we go. Here we go. Come over here, Bob. Oh, yes. Sing for us. Sing. Bob. All right, now the benchmark is basically complete. Actually, we still need to go to the Strawberry Town, but this is exactly what I wanted to hear and do in Red Dead Redemption 2. It even rhymes, my friend. It's so good. I think Bob is... No, he's still not dead. He's still screaming. That's amazing. I think this is the farthest that we've been with Bob not dying. So, come on, please, Bob. You're fine. You're fine. I want to go in that direction. Roach, please. Please. Roach. Roach, just run. Do something. Why are you so slow? And why is Bob acting like that? So weird. Oh, come on. You need to be here in the middle of the road. Are you serious? Oh, my God. Everyone is shooting at us. This is terrible. This is terrible. Let's go, Roach. Let's go. We need to get out of here. Okay, let's climb the bridge. Yes, cross the bridge over here. Not bad. It's actually not dropping too much in Strawberry. I almost always say Saint Denis, but I want to say Strawberry. Okay, which is weird because at the lower resolutions, we definitely saw a bigger decrease in performance when we got to the city or town area. But not anymore at 4K resolution. It also seems like it's not doing those little spikes that we saw in the frame time graph at the lower resolutions. That's really weird as well. Why isn't this happening at 4K? I don't know. This is it, guys. You can play Red Dead Redemption 2 at 4K native resolution if you want to. I'm gonna enable TAA again for those of you who want to utilize it. So let's set that to high again. Apply. And we get like 2 less FPS or something like that, and a blurrier image, but it still looks decent at 4K resolution. Although, after playing without any anti-aliasing first, this looks way softer actually, and that's not what I remember whenever I play this game at 4K. But that's because I usually keep TAA on after testing 1080p and 1440p, and yeah, then this actually looks sharp to me. Not today, my friends. TAA sucks. Again, I really hope that they introduce something else. Like XeSS would be great. XeSS native resolution. Just have that anti-aliasing from XeSS and it would look so much better than this. But for the time being, that doesn't happen. Still, even with all of that said, it is very playable. It is a very pretty game with beautiful graphics indeed, and you can definitely enjoy it in this GPU. Would I recommend you to buy an A770 16GB today? No, not really. There are still some driver issues that need to be fixed, of course. And obviously the B580 is out in some places of the world. And that GPU is usually a bit faster than the A770 here, while being newer and so on. So yeah, that's the one to go for if you want an Intel GPU. But yeah, that's been it. Thanks very much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I definitely always have a great time revisiting Red Dead Redemption 2 and Roach and Arthur over here. Very nice. Sometimes it can go up to the 50s, as you can see, and maybe touch 60 FPS. If I look at the sky, it will. There we go. But yeah, that doesn't happen very frequently. Most of the time it will be between 40 and 50, but it's super stable. 1% loads are very close to the average results that we're seeing, so pretty nice, right? Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one. Love you all. Bye-bye.